Okay, here we go. Are we going to make our way into the Europa League final, or are we absolutely going to bottle it? Welcome back, everybody. I am Millers. This is In the Dugout FM. We are playing Sunday League to Champions League. And as promised, you are with us for the second leg of the semi-final for the Europa League. Are we going to make our way to a final? I don't know. I'm incredibly nervous. And I'm nervous because, actually, in our last game, we could only scrape a draw against Crystal Palace at home. Now, did we deserve to draw? No, probably not. You can see by our XG we created plenty, but we just couldn't finish a biscuit. So there we go. That's the way that goes. Bozza did manage to score. However, he had to get dragged after about 20 minutes because he pulled some wrist ligaments, which wasn't great. We've had a number of players that have been really struggling for fitness, as you know. Coyote had to come off. We pulled Amarilla off after a little while. Moreno was struggling. Scariglia was struggling. So we are at the business end, right? And that's exactly what this looks like. So let's not whinge about it, though, right? Because we've got 3 or 4 games left in the Premier League. We're on the verge of getting into a final in Europe. So we've got to try and be positive about things, haven't we? I'm not going to change too much. I'm genuinely not, because I don't think it's worth it. We've got players that are working their way back. I think we've got a game on Saturday against West Ham where I will probably rotate. We'll try and capitalise on Mickey van der Ven being here and whatnot. And just make sure that we get Coyote a rest, get Scariglia a rest. We'll just do some bits and bobs in the league. But for me right now, this one's a priority. So, let's see what we can do. Bozza's available, which is good news because I didn't think he was going to be. He's at a place where he's got a risk of injury. He's playing above average, I get that. But we need him. So, we're going to go with what we've got. We're going to play positive. I've only got 10 subs, I'm afraid. So, that's all I can do. So, you can tell me all you like. You need to tell the gaffer, tell the director of football. Which, by the way, I've filled in my, my squad planner for the next season. Because next season's hugely important. And actually, we look all right. I want to show you one lad that I'm really excited to get back from loan. We'll go into that in a minute. Let's play our natural game. Let's do the business. We know what we're doing here, don't we? Let's see if that works. Jump into the tunnel. Speak to Torben. Where do you need to improve? Well, we need to finish. I think I've just said that to these guys. We have to continue to push, work hard. Yeah, I want us to make sure we focus our style of play. Well, we did do it. We did well with our style of play, I thought. Your team returns home for the second leg with a slender goal advantage. I'd like to think so. Let's just, as a leading scorer, oh, very nice, very nice. I like to play attacking football, Torben. That's the way we do things around these parts. Ba 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 ba. Oh, look at that. I mean, Tarul, you can argue he's unlucky, really. 4-4-2 again. So we are transported back to the 90s once again as we take on Newcastle. 2-1. What can we do? We need to make sure that we capitalise on that 1-goal advantage whilst also trying to keep Rossios quiet. He's their problem child, I think. He often found himself free. So he's the one that we need to try and watch. Let's have a look where we're up to. What's happened there? He's going to get a red. That's far from ideal in the first 2-3 minutes. Oh. Okay, let's go and have a look at the tactics. Bozza, you don't really want to play there, do you? Oh, that's caused us so many problems, that has. Do I play with a false 9? I'm gonna have to drag Bozza. Off you come, son. You're going to come back here. Play make for me. Let Moreno win the ball. That's an absolute nightmare. That is. Talk about causing ourselves problems. Immediately, Rossios is on the ball. Looks at Rooney's in acres. And immediately, Newcastle have pegged us back. after a ridiculous challenge from Scariglia. What an absolute mare for Spurs. Rosios does well, and look at him there, just in absolute acres of space. We've tucked in, and he's just a lovely little finish. Far side of the goal. Marmalade can do nothing. You can't blame him. Scariglia's cost us, and we're going to have to do some serious work here to try and get back in the game. Van Duyven manages to do something with it. Alif's got it. Looks for Van Duyven, finds him, but it looks like a good save, and it's gone out for a throw. This is far from ideal. We're at 10 men. Unbelievable start. Unbelievable start. Coyote, Amarilla. Coyote looks to find Amarilla through a gap and does well. Unlucky there. Unlucky. The chances are coming. The chances are coming. Even though we're down to 10, we are working the ball really well. And we know we've got a threat on either side. So actually, I'm quite pleased with what we've got going forwards. It's just that overload that we're going to face now. Okay, let's hope Van Duyven can do a job in terms of holding it. They've got to throw inside now. Rosios finds Rooney. We've won the ball back. Van Duyven's come deep. I don't know who he's clipping to, and that's the problem. He's coming to that 10 spot, and I understand why he has, but I'd rather he just stayed in the 9. Go backwards. Oh, well done. Well done, Moreno. Montel looks to find a gap. That's a lack of sharpness, I'm afraid. Well out, Nicky Cooper. Just get your shape back. Step in. Good. Take him on. It's gone inside. Van Duyven, one for Amarilla. Can he? Yes, he can. The young Argentinian, desperate for his football back at his feet, and he's done that. He's desperate to try and have his game time. And obviously I've been wrapping him up in cotton wool a little bit, really. But he's had a couple of starts. That run. The fullback had no idea where he was. Slots it bottom left. Thank you very, very much. We'll take that. It gives us the lead. And arguably, we probably deserve to be where we are. Scariglia costing us so far. Touched loads of wood. It's not caused us too much problems in terms of going forwards. As I talk about going forwards, Alif finds Amarotu, works it back to Montel, steps inside, finds the gap this time. Coyote. Amarilla. That was beautiful football. I thought for a second that ball from Montel was again a little bit short, but he managed to find the feet of the onrushing Coyote. It was beautiful. Steps inside here, thank you, and then plays that ball. I just thought they were going to catch that there, but they didn't. And then Amarilla finds the top corner to give us a 2-1 lead on the night and a 4-2 lead on aggregate, despite the position we're in terms of numbers. I tell you what, Scariglia sat there and he's at... You'd think he'd be a bit sad, but actually he's thanking the lads for bailing him out a little bit here. We're going to pump our fists. We don't need to say that, do we? We don't need to say that. No, we don't want to say that either. What we're going to say, hands together. Hands together. Controlling the possession is what this is absolutely all about. We're going to drop to our tactics and we're going to go and play balanced. And we're going to say, let's just calm down a little bit, shall we? Let's just calm down. I don't know what you're pleased for. Let's go with that. We'll start the second half. We'll gear it down a level in the hope that we can still retain the possession. You can see we're at 60% there. If we can retain that possession level and just hold where we are, Alif boxes, Moreno, just look after it. We want to keep the thing, don't we? Look at those 2-on-2 there. If they break, we're banging trouble. Alif, left-footed, remember. Cuts back inside to use his left. Van Duyven taps in. It could have potentially been a penalty on Amarilla. Don't know what that was. Well done, you. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. That one there, you can see, he's all left foot. He doesn't want to do it with his right foot at all. Cuts back. Amarilla nips in. And is that a penno? Possibly. But Van Duyven's across the front post and tucks in. And because, of course, it's a European night. And that's what he does in Europe. 11 shots, 7 on target. Clinical, really. Really, really good technically. We're keeping it. We're doing exactly what we need to do. Moreno works it out. Montel misplaces another. But Amarilla nips in. Poor touch. Oh, that could have sealed it. And that could have sealed his hat-trick as well. He was on his touch like an absolute pro there. 70 minutes gone. 70 minutes gone. We're going to give it another 4 or 5, and then we're going to make a couple of changes just to try and shore this up a little bit. And I think there is probably where we're going to do it. 79 minutes gone. What can we do to try and change things? Do we go strikerless, or is that a proper cop-out? I'm not sure. Right, let's have a think. What have we got? We've got Flores. What we might do is throw Flores on, ask him to come and sit, or maybe he sits in there, but he plays a shadow. Sit in there for me, thank you. But play in there as a falsie. Okay, so we're not going to massively keep you up at the top. I want you to drop into that hole, please. Ferreira's going to come on purely because I want to try and protect Amarilla. Yes, I'm a bit soft with him, but we need to make sure we keep him fit if we can. Coyote needs a rest, and he's on a yellow. OD's going to come in there for us. Then what have we got, really? I think we probably stick with that, to be perfectly honest. We probably stick with that. Okay, we'll confirm those changes. We've dropped in a 10, so hopefully we can try and retain possession and not lose too much. I say that as Rooney stands over a direct free kick with 7 minutes to go. He's gone for goal, thankfully. Has the ref pointed to a corner? I think he might have done. I'm not entirely sure, but it's not going to show as if he had. 89th minute, Newcastle on the ball again. We just got to work to try and win it. I like the fact we're compact. Say that, and he's gone for goal. I don't know why he's gone for goal. If he'd have pulled back, McStay was there for Newcastle. 5 minutes to go. There it is. It's done. It's done. So despite going down to 10 men, we've done an absolute job on Newcastle there. 12 shots, 7 on target, 2 XG. So we've outperformed our XG, and we've kept the ball fantastically well. I tell you what, Scariglia owes a massive thanks to these two lads in the middle. And Montel, despite misplacing quite a few passes, he's come on. And do you know what? He's done really, really well. He's done really, really well. I'm delighted for him. More importantly, I'm delighted for the lads. Congratulations, you've dreamt of playing in a final. There you are. You've got yourselves one. Really well done. Really well done. Not many people, what Simon's saying, not many people would have predicted the UEFA for Tottenham. There you go. How do you feel? I'm proud of this team. It's been quite the adventure, and it absolutely has. We're playing well. Long may it continue. Am I concerned? No. You were talking to me last week about being a clean team, so I think he was card happy. Let's say that. We'll try and get Scariglia out of the bin. Everton, it looks like they've gone through, so it's going to be an all-English UEFA Europa League final, which is good news because I'd like to back us in terms of taking those boys on. 2.4 million in the bank. The bank doesn't look pretty. I'll show you that in a minute. And there we go. We're going to take them on at the Stadion Rakjo Mikcic. I have no idea where that is. If you do, answers on a postcard. People don't send postcards anymore, so there we go. Automatic one-match ban. He's going to miss the final. Is it worth appealing? Bad tackle. Probably justified. We'll appeal anyway. We'll see where we get. We probably won't get that back, but that's just the way that goes. Amarilla was superb. We'll give him a little bit of praise. Come here, son. You were superb with a number of quality chances. Well done. You're working your way back. Love to see it. Again, the Italy manager watching things. That's always good. And then as we talk about finances, far from fantastic. Negative 118 grand. That's why they took our massive transfer budget away. However, we're starting to work our way back. And all being well, Champions League football money could do that for us. So, the last thing I wanted to show you, just really quickly, was to look at our development. Where are we? Dev Centre. So our under-21s, I think that's the squad he's in. David Okori, who remembers him? Young Nigerian. He's been sent out on loan for game time, and he's coming on leaps and bounds. Played 17, scored 9 with a 7.0, I should say. Superb performance for Nigeria. 18 caps, 16 goals. Played in the African Cup of Nations, scored 6 times. Playing in the Jupiter Pro League at the minute. 12 games, 7 goals. He's doing really, really well. And I'm looking forward to bringing him back, maybe, for what could potentially be our final season with Spurs. But who knows? We shall see. Obviously got to do the press conference. We'll do that in a moment. But let's have a look as to when we come back. My view on this, for what it's worth, is that we come back probably for the Europa League final. We've got a couple of games. I get that Coventry's a bit of a you know, a bit of a heartstring pull for me. But we come back for the Europa League final, and maybe we play the final game of the season against Brighton in a double header to bring the season to a close. That's what we're going to do. So you will catch me next time in a Europa League final as we look to bring some silverware to Tottenham. I hope you've enjoyed that. Do feel free to subscribe, like, all of that good stuff. Thank you very, very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.